All right, back at it. Still with us is the former head of FEMA, now radio talker at 630 KHOW in Denver, Colorado, Michael Brown. We're joined now by the nationally recognized Massachusetts criminal defense attorney, and one we turn to for the legal side of matters, Geoffrey Nathan. Gentlemen, thanks for being here. Jeff, appreciate you being with us. And let's go ahead and start with you, because we're talking about this incredible amount of fraud here that FEMA seems to be involved in. Jeff, what does the consumer now, what does the homeowner have here as far as some sort of recourse? Because we've still got people out there who are waiting to get their full payment and their full help from FEMA years later.
The right of the homeowner is to sign up on this massive class action that's brewing, and it's going to wind up sweeping a lot of money out of the pockets of this insurance company. So if I was one of them, I'd be looking to sign on the dotted line instead of filing my own lawsuit, which would just drag through the judicial system forever. So I think in the end there'll be some recourse, and there's going to be a lot of heads that are going to roll down at FEMA, and they may be rolling all the way to Attica State Prison for all I know.
But again, let's talk about time here. People still waiting for help. It's going to take time no matter what we're talking about here, won't it, Jeff? Because even a class action lawsuit, that may take years to settle.
Nah, because I think with the extent of the consumer fraud here, one of those federal judges is going to pick this thing up and give it a fast track. And let me tell you something, everyone could be in court tomorrow morning for trial based upon everything that's coming out of the news media today. Wow, what a news story this is. All
right, now, Mike, let me get back to you, because I think Jeff is right when he says heads are going to roll here. Do you think this will happen, and should heads roll? As a matter of fact, let's also point out that people have called for Brad Kaiserman's head, even though he hasn't been there that long.
Yeah, I do think heads will roll, and Jeff's right. This will get fast-tracked, and the other thing that will happen, which again is part of the problem, but in this situation it might actually help, is I think Congress will get involved too, and Congress will demand immediately that FEMA go back and identify all of those claims that were fraudulent, and then make sure those people start getting paid, and then the lawsuit can proceed. But Jeff's absolutely right. Heads need to roll here, because when people appear to, and I'm just saying right now it appears, that they knew within the bureaucracy that these reports were being fraudulently submitted and actually just turned inside out, upside down, heads have to roll for that, because that's out and out fraud.
Well, not only that, but you have people actually, according to this report, who were altering the engineering reports. I mean, we actually had in the interview, there was one homeowner who said he looked right at the report and he could see where it was changed. Come on, Mike. I mean, you got to be smarter. If you're going to be a crook, at least be a smart crook, but maybe that's an oxymoron to begin with when it comes to anybody working in government.
Well, it is, and because I think there's two things that may have happened inside the government. I do believe that there are bureaucrats who are just so busy or not paying attention that it just goes right by them. And then you have the corrupt bureaucrats who are intentionally either in cahoots with the insurance company or the engineering firms, and they're actually actively a part of the fraud. So there's two types of things going on. Those who aren't paying attention and those who knew exactly what they were doing. But my opinion is both of those kinds of heads should roll.
Jeff, when you look at this, about a minute or so that we have left here before we take a break, but when you look at the scope of this, what do you think that we're looking at here with regard to, if indeed a judge gets a hold of this, what are we looking at here? Billions of dollars? Because, hey, guess what? Somebody's got to pay this freight somewhere.
Yes, this is a multi-billion-dollar massive fraud, one of the biggest that I believe the federal government will have seen in quite some period of time. I don't think it's going to take a long time to unearth it, because, as Mr. Brown suggests, it's right on paper. It's not going to be too much heavy lifting to unearth the fraud. The issue is then, where do you get the dough to make these people whole? And Brown, you would know where that money would come from.
Where do you get the dough? That's a great point. I got about 20 seconds left. Hey, Mike, where's that money going to come from?
Unfortunately, which is why this should not be a taxpayer-funded program, it's going to come from you and I. Congress will appropriate the money, we'll end up paying for it.
Listen to that. Here we go. Billions of dollars in fraud, and the taxpayers are going to bite the bullet. Why am I not surprised? Mike, I'm going to have to let you go. I know that you got a show to get to today. We thank you, as always, so much for joining us, my friend. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Anytime.
All right, and Geoffrey Nathan will stay with us, and after the break, we'll track the latest on the Boston bomber case and a warning sign to hospitals after a nurse takes her former employer to court following the Ebola scare because she claims a number of things were done without her knowledge. But what's this going to do now to other health professionals working at other hospitals? Stay tuned. MidPoint continues.